this duo lane hero. Obviously, for the Kings, we're seeing the Shibalanke and the Fafnir up against
Gonna be an intense start. Thought maybe we would get something going right out the gate, but it will not be so. Just some ward coverage out there. How's it going? SOT Variety has not gone back to pick up that Warlock staff. Captain Twig will rotate in a blink onto SOT, and no ultimate for SOT to find a way. And he's gonna get pulled back into the coffin slowly, but he won't go through. It's a double ult out of the Kings, but they still haven't gotten that kill. Dropkick up against Layers, a dash away. Layers needs one more auto or the ult from SOT to turn it back around, and the Titans come out on top with first blood.
Big man Tings, though, does have the rotation, not gonna have the axe, and will not be able to chase that one down. Layers almost had BMT there, but the call off once the Darkest of Nights come in. Captain Twig gets a nice blink and pause to beats.
That's gonna be the beat. Circle protection drops through, but Paul doesn't get a chance to even pop it for himself. Layers is bouncing off of the walls. A good stun by Genetics, but a better dash by Layers to find a way out. Aurora will toss out the root to make sure there's no further follow-up, and the Titans only lose their mid laner.
That whole kill is just because Variety was able to tell, waiting for any answer back. The Tartarus Titans are going to try to get a consolation prize in the Pyromancer, but they actually went off it. They're going for Variety.
Yeah, they made a shuffle up as far as their Layers goes. Or Variety pulled back. He will go down. Paul finds a big circle protection, not quite enough to take down Captain Twig, but Cyclone left by himself against the duo of the Kings means that it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade-out Variety for Cyclone.
Yeah, and it looks like the Tartarus Titans will be able to grab this Pyromancer, so a small answer back. SOT gets spread about anything the Tartarus Titans have. BMT has to beats, but Netroid's stealing away offerings right now.
Yeah, now he's been caught out. He'll get the CC immunity to be able to get back to the team. Layers slice and dice is good, but there are 4 members of the Kings here to bail out Netroid. He'll just turn around and bat a few more autos back, but now it's 5 from the Titans to leap in. We'll find Netroid for SOT. He will go down and finally pay for his transgressions. Genetics knocked up, Genetics knocked down. Layers turns it around and gets a second kill for the Titans.
Primal Fury is not going to be up for 2 minutes, so that can't be what they're looking at here. What will they do while 2 members are down? The Tartarus Titans might look for a red buff in Bay, but SOT going to take a fair bit of damage from BMT here. He's running out of mana. Maybe a tier 1 tower, but they don't have the health bars for that one.
Will go to the Trebuchet, so it's a man down for the Titans. That is the call for the Camelot Kings. Start grouping up. Variety finds some good damage against Paul. Circle of protection is dropped. Variety will make his way out, up onto the coffin. Who will he pull in? It's going to be SOT, but he'll be just fine. He's still very healthy on this Osiris. Now we'll finally have to leap away as Genetics leaps back in. Big man Tings right behind, finds a good axe toss. And Aurora will have to find his way out as Layers has rejoined the fray. Cyclone Spin comes up with the first kill of the fight.
Yeah, Tartarus Titans are able to run away, but SOT lazy backs in the middle of the fight.
Why are you backing there, SOT? You may have just ended up costing the team the rest of this fight. Cyclone Spin's got to use the airstrike, not feeling good about that one. Is the Tartarus Titans, and now that gives the Camelot Kings the option to take the Primal Fury.
I can't believe I said SOT was looking like the best player in the world, and then he just makes me eat my words making a play like that.
What was that? Why are you backing knowing that there's 4 people on the other side of that wall?
I mean, to be fair, if he does get back, the Tartarus Titans can quickly reset. Hold that thought. They're looking for an ambush here. They're all set up. Genetics is going to get deleted.
Genetics gone. Layers credited to the kill. The Titans find a nice pick to answer back up against SOT. That should open the door for the Pyromancer at the least, unless the Titans can find another one. Captain Twig's got to leap away.
I feel like he didn't have to force that unless, of course, they're trying to fight right now. Cyclone Spin is going to take the 1v1 versus Captain Twig. No one is here to help.
And Captain Twig uses the ultimate. Cyclone Spin will just walk him down. Airstrike and a dive right back in. Maybe 2 more autos from Cyclone. Should grab that one through. Captain Twig does find the blink, but Cyclone Spin's got back up. Paul is here, and Paul will just meander over and grab that kill.
And that's a massive shutdown. Now they've got a little bit more time. Fire Giant runs the trigger here. 50 seconds before this Fire Giant gets enhanced, J-Mac. I would not be surprised if we just saw a slow battle for that turning into the EFG. No one is really pushing too far out of position here.
Oh, absolutely. I don't imagine either of these teams want to grab it right away if they can just wait a few more seconds and push it to that late game stage. Spirit Ball and a big stun on the big man Tings. Beads and Aegis are down for the Hunter. He's got to jump himself on out. Big man Tings low. Cyclone will crit him down. That's the first one gone. The Tartarus Titans push in. Spirit Ball gets the beads from Variety, and SOT is still chopping away. Layers will pick up the kill on Variety.
And they're going to keep chasing this one down. Who cares about a Fire Giant? You have a 2-man advantage. They will have to back up, though. This tier 2 tower is going to be a little bit too much to chew through. That Titan can't be looked at. They're looking for a pick, though. SOT is getting damage, but is he really taking that much? Not really.
No, he's fighting it right back. Netroid's got to dash away. Will not be stunned by the tether, and the rest of the Titans, or I say that, but it's only a couple of them. Cyclone and Layers are taking the Fire Giant, while SOT will take the dropkick under the Phoenix. Netrioid so low, Netrioid gone, Genetics gone. It's only Captain Twig left to fight against the Tartarus Titans. He's doing everything that he can, but it's not going to be enough now that the rest of the Titans have rallied around. It's a deicide for the Titans. The Camelot Kings only have a few seconds till Big Man Tings is back up, but that's going to be a hard defense for him in Variety.
Circle of Protection's not up. They have a little bit of CC with that Life of the Party available, but so much damage from the Tartarus Titans. No one alive is able to kill SOT right now. Scarab's Blessing is still here.
Big Man Tings rooted out, has to jump away, but Variety gets silenced out, gets Spirit Ball, gets pulled back, and gets brought down. Cyclone credited to the kill, and now it is only Big Man Tings left to defend. The Tartarus Titans will march through and take game number 1 away from the Camelot Kings.
All it took was one little bit of CC, a spaced
aggression, but will they be able to find a win against the Tartarus Titans here, or will the Titans continue their undefeated streak?
Yeah, the Camelot Kings need to stop the momentum of the Titans here in game number 2 if they want to keep their chances alive in this best of 5 set. J-Mac and Trelly back one more should be fine.
Yeah, when the old offerings were like that, Aurora said that when I spoke about it on the cast and how it spawns, he learned something, and he learned where they go, and now he's able to steal them away from Genetics, so I increased his brain knowledge. You might see an ultimate finally being used here, but it's just for a red buff invade.
Paul will have to walk away. Genetics uses the Draconic Transformation, but he gets pulled back, stunned down. Layers still has some good damage to throw back, but Aurora's the one who is low. A bite comes back to pull Genetics away from Aurora. Aurora should be able to find a way out. Netroid now half HP. SOT is rotated over. Cyclone Spin with the airstrike just off the mark, but one more auto will do it. Cyclone Spin comes up with first blood.
All of that for one kill onto the Jing Wei, but remember, he did have to rotate all the way in. SOT used his global ultimate to make sure he was here. Variety just had to walk. He walked the whole way over, got here a little bit
walk
late.
in. Netroid lost about half his health during that engagement. Aurora will find a pullback against Genetics. Knockup is good from the updraft. That's about all that there's going to be for follow-up. No other CC available to the Titans, but a dash back in will force Netroid and Genetics to leap themselves away.
And that little bit of aggression should be enough to confirm this purple buff. At least Layers can hide out here, maybe, just maybe, find a Ragnarok. Genetics does not have beads, and he's going to get picked up.
Double stun from that leap does pull Genetics back in, and not enough mana for Genetics to get out. The Tartarus Titans pick up a second kill in the fight. Cyclone Spin dashed aggressively, but no further action.
At least now, just watching the farm go up. That is sort of how farming works. Genetics, it's immediately picked up.
Dropped into the Lightning Storm. Genetics has a leap to find his way right back out. A root is good. SOT has joined the party. Genetics stunned out, has a Draconic form, will finally use it, surrounded by 4. But Captain Twig's had a lot of damage up against Layers. The Lightning will bounce between Genetics. One more hit is all that's needed, and Cyclone Spin's gonna be the one to do it.
Cyclone Spin on a killing spree. 3 kills to his name now, and it looks like they're trying to find something under this tier 1 tower. The Tartarus Titans, though, don't have any more ults to try and chase this one down. Just the Scarab's Blessing, but the tower is on the menu.
Tier 1 tower won't go down. A lot of damage up against Cyclone Spin. The Coffin will not pull in the Jing Wei, and it will not pull in SOT. He'll use the Aegis to get away and try and bide some extra time. The Scarab's Blessing will make sure that he's got a path on out.
That was such a sick play. No way.
Hasn't gotten the stacks just quite yet, but working towards that Obsidian Shard already.
He never gets it stacked quickly, unfortunately. He's not playing those Baba Yagas. Aurora could be in some trouble here. BMT jumps in a lot of damage.
Heal is going to be good. Aurora rooted in place. Doesn't have the Scarab's Blessing this time around. Big Man Tings will finally put the Camelot Kings on the board here in game 2.
Big Man Tings doing big man
I'll give
things.
him a little bit of extra vision control in that way, and should now see that the Titans have started the Fire Giant. Captain Twig and Variety on the backside of the wall. Captain Twig waiting inside the wall. Silence finds a few different players. The Fire Giant is being 50-50 by the Titans. They will grab it, but Aurora should go down. The Scarab's Blessing delaying his life just a little bit longer. Stunned out by the Coffin, but not enough damage in return. Aurora finally goes down. Big Man Tings credited to the kill. SOT trying to fight back as Paul grabs Variety. It's a 1-for-1. SOT in the air. SOT back down. The root is good to hold Genetics in place.
Paul does massive damage with that chain lightning, and now SOT's looking for the steal. I think
Extra.
Layers had enough damage to survive.
That Genetics does close out the kill. Now it's 2-for-2 between the two teams. Genetics transforming in will group back up with Big Man Tings as Captain Twig too low to keep the fight going. SOT and Paul, though, they want to keep this chase.
Genetics is about to de-transform, but there will be no more to chase. That tier 2 tower in right is very weak, and it looks like maybe the Tartarus Titans are going to go for it. Cyclone knows that Genetics is about to transform down, though, looking for BMT.
What? Cyclone going for the 1v3 now because Big Man thinks here. Beads is going to be good. Cyclone Spin finds the kill amongst all of them. Genetics should go down a good leap, but SOT gets stunned before he can get the dash out, so the support makes it out. But what a wild boost of confidence for Cyclone Spin as he goes in again, finds all three, and Cyclone Spin finds the double!
Remember when I said Cyclone Spin was on a killing spree and got all the gold and got his crit online? This is coming out from him and Paul as well. It was a massive chain lightning that was able to make sure that fight didn't go completely one-sided. Well,
turnaround kill, a nice easy few autos. Cyclone did not miss a single one in that engagement. He'll be able to keep his chase up. Almost picks up a triple by grabbing Genetics there, but the level of confidence on Cyclone Spin is immaculate to be able to make this kind of a dive. As you do see in the lower right, though, Variety getting low, should go down, and he will. SOT picks up that kill in the midst of the fight.
Yeah, trying to get your blue buff this late into the game, not going to be the play. Variety going to be in the grayscale for about 45 seconds. Cyclone, he's trying to do it again. He doesn't care about BMT, and they're going to take this one.
Oh, the Axos misses. You're not going to win the crit battle against Cyclone Spin. All four land, and Cyclone finds another one. 6-0 now for the Jingwei.
Cyclone Spin
towers left standing for the Tartarus Titans to have to knock down. Now it's only the Phoenixes. A root in the back line, just up the mark. And Cyclone Spin goes in again. Airstrike to aggressively pat towards Captain Twig. But Twig's got the blink to get out. Instead, Cyclone will go ahead and take away the trebuchet that the Kings had stored up earlier.
SOT is going to make sure to get down this right Phoenix at the mid.
He just did it. He's just doing it. And Cyclone is just walking across their base and picking off everybody. Now, the Camelot Kings are down 2 players and 2 Phoenixes.
And up against 5. Once a pick comes through, you can start whittling down, just focusing your CC, and the Titan gets much easier to kill. But again, Variety has a fair bit of cooldown here. You get 2 life of the parties off in one fight. Even a team this far ahead will start to falter a little bit. So now the Titans just have time to recollect their thoughts. How are they going to go in for this? What are they going to be looking for? Roar is going to look for a root, and then Layers goes in.
Layers does find the stun. Cyclone Spin finds a couple of crits up against Netroid. Very low on the Shibalanke, but he will find his way out. The Titan under fire by the Tartarus Titans, transform out of Genetics, but it's the leap away. The Coffin will pull in a Roar, and the Titans will take down the Kings yet again and extend their lead to 2-0 in the set.
Would you believe that with every bit of damage we saw from
think,
level 12?
Think about it. Vamana's ultimate's going to come on cooldown before that Unk comes back, so you have that wiggle room between there. So, you know, excluding Toxic Blade that could be picked up by
a very similar composition, Trelly.
Yeah, when the going got tough, Captain Twig whipped out Vamana, and it's going to be against this Oleron, which again has a pretty solid match.
Been noticing a lot of the supports holding on to Hog for that second spawn in the camp, maybe even beyond here. Roar still actually keeping track of his. And something we don't get to see often, a Hunter versus Hunter match in the solo lane. SOT and Variety up on these 2 gods.
Yeah, SOT should be losing this, and is as Netroid gets a kill onto Cyclone Spin. He must, yeah, his beads are down, so actually he didn't. He held on to the beads, so Netroid just must have
give away Jingwei over to Cyclone Spin again. And also, you don't want to give it away with Chernobog at the same time. We do get a first look back at what happened. Cyclone Spin just holding on to his relics over everything else, and just eats crit after, or I can't even say crit after crit after crit, because it was just kills. Meanwhile, Captain Twig dies Paul in the mid lane, as the Vamanas can do. Captain Twig will be able to find a path out thanks to Big Man Tings. Even with SOT's rotation, it's not enough for the Titans. Luckily for us, as we come out of 1 kill, we get to go right into another one as Captain Twig just makes an easy rotation over to Paul, drops the full kick combo, and right up into that colossal form. And that's an easy kill for Captain Twig to chase down under that tower. A little bit of help from Big Man Tings to make sure it goes down quicker.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Level 9 with Transcendence Online gets to essentially sit here for free.
Well, Aurora will steal away a couple of offerings, so first trebuchet of the game goes to the Tartarus Titans, even despite being down about 1,500 or so gold. Another invade, maybe, over towards the blue buff. Variety walks by, but Captain Twig too far away. Instead, it's Variety in danger. No sprint to get the B out this time around. Layers will dash in, and he'll find the kill. Finally, the Titans find themselves on the board. SOT dives right back in. Genetics uses the ult to find an escape path out. Will he get enough distance? Now with the Chariot crashing down from Cyclone Spin, Captain Twig is the one in danger, and he'll have to use the Colossal Fury to fight back into 3. But that's a couple of Hunters and a Nem, probably not the target that you want to fight by yourself.
Yeah, Paul is not going to be making that rotation over, so the ult is down, and Roar sends him up. Do they have the CC to follow this one up? No. The Umbrella is going to be enough to get that one out, but now Genetics might be in some trouble.
Does dash through, but Genetics got thrown right in the middle of 4 again. SOT picks up the kill, and now Netroid is rotated over. Big crit, and another follow-up auto. Netroid finds one, and Big Man Ting's now on the way. Airstrike in, Netroid to close the gap up against Layers, but now it's a Sanctified Field on the tail, and Netroid finds the double kill amidst the fight. Captain Twig will go down, and Netroid may finally slow down this push in.
That's going to be 3 kills for the Tartarus Titans and 2 going the way of Layers. That's going to help out your late game.
Yeah, Netroid, level 17 on the Jingwei compared to level 14 from Cyclone. Big Man Ting's fighting against Layers, finds a good stun against Nemesis. Variety is here, and Variety will make sure that Layers has a path out, but Captain Twig finds the knock up on the dash right after. Layers does not have his shield any longer, and so he does not have a health bar anymore. Variety picks him up.
Yeah, he gets the Aegis from Big Man Tings, but not knowing where everyone from the Kings was, probably not a great play to try to use everything on that new wall.
Some miracle from SOT or Paul will go over to the Camelot Kings.
And it looks like SOT might be getting chased down here. Has to go up into the ult, but he's getting crit by... Yeah, he's gone. There's no way he survives that one.
Didn't even have the opportunity to use a relic at that point. Could have beads. No, he couldn't have. That was down. Aegis, that was down as well. So that's a spell the end of the game if the Kings can find enough members of the Titans to take out. Variety zoning SOT with some of the honey and with some damage after. SOT lose a lot of health. Aurora goes in, and Aurora might just go down into the sleepy time passive. Aurora will not be able to hold himself out. Variety gets one, and Captain Twig batting away in the backline will distract the other 4 members of the Titans.
Yeah, when Aurora goes down, you don't have the Ankh for the baby, and Captain Twig will be able to just zone off everyone. His ult is down, but
somebody to answer to each one of them.
Yeah, Layers is looking to be on Captain Twig duty, whereas Variety is going to start getting very annoying with the honey poke. Aurora's going to take a lot of damage here.
Aurora doesn't have his passive this time. Netroid finds a big crit up against Cyclone. The fight has already gone south for the Tartarus Titans. They're going to need a big turnaround in the 4v5. Sanctified Field by Paul gets a lot of damage. Variety low, use the beats to get out, and Aurora will zone them all away, but Captain Twig is still batting away on the Vamana, and the Camelot Kings in game number 3 are able to turn it around and keep their set alive.
Jingwei once again going undying.
If he doesn't have that blink, he might have to ult in to a target, but then left with no beads, left with no way to get out because he'd be in combat with that blink. So we can see Loki start with beads to try to counter the Fenrir, but that is a slower gameplay from them as well. So maybe we see some Fenrir ults and able to
the only one who has changed his god, Netroid as well. Obviously, the Jingwei did get banned away as well as the Vamana. But other than that, kind of the core of the Camelot Kings from the last game, still relatively the same here, Trelly.
Yeah, but the biggest
Captain Twig will be able to get his camp. He'll work on over towards the right side by taking those smaller Harpies as well. But Layers fishing for something over on this right-hand side. Variety has his beads, but the beads are going to save you from this. The stun is good, but the brutalize is even better. Layers picks up first blood. SOT pops the beads early, gets away from Captain Twig.
Yeah, that's a great beads there. The slow alone up there, but with Paul, the circle of protection, and no more chase available. Hold that thought. SOT's got to hit 2 abilities here.
Low kill. Maybe just needs some help from Cyclone Spin, who misses everything. Variety is boxing it back out, and he takes him down. Variety. What a big turnaround. And then what an even better turnaround from the Kings. Captain Twig pops in to get a kill of his own.
I mean, if Cyclone doesn't land that auto attack, that's just a huge throw. He was able to trade, thank goodness, but he missed just about everything on the Variety. A very speedy Bears finds the gank, but he might be passing up on some wards here. He's still got 68 seconds on the beads and right lane. He has the wraparound. This should be clean.
Yeah, Variety's going to get stunned out, picked up, and SOT will just pepper a couple of autos in, and then Layers will clean up the job with the Brutalize after. Another kill for the Tartarus Titans and the second one for Layers.
Yeah, that's going to be a massive kill. Actually, I didn't realize Layers got the last hit there. I thought the combo from SOT was enough to confirm that. Paul, no, it's gone. There's no way Paul can make it.
No, there's not a chance that Paul gets there. It's not going down as quickly as they thought, though, so maybe there's a chance for Paul to get in and steal this, or Aurora and Cyclone. It's going to be a 50-50 by the Camelot Kings. They'll give up the Gold Fury. The Circle of Protection takes down Captain Twig. The Epic Uppercut sends Netra to the sky. And the Tartarus Titans steal away the Gold Fury. Genex has got to get out fast, and he brings the rest of his team to retreat.
Yeah, that was a good ultimate to disengage there. Right on cue, I think all of the Tartarus Titans realized, wait,
Captain Twig only has fired a couple of those ultimates out. One earlier to confirm a kill, one to steal the beats from SOT, who finds a big stun up against Variety. Stun in from Layers. The Brutalize stopped instantly right away. The Singer goes through, but it's not going to be enough damage. And now that Cyclone has joined the party, Captain Twig is the one on the run. The stealth will be able to lure some away, but Layers had sniffed it out the entire time through. He'll find the jump in, and Captain Twig goes down to Paul.
Paul's going to be able to clean that one up. Great answer back. The Tartarus Titans are on a roll now. Pyromancer is here. I have to imagine that's got to be the play call. They already got that Gold Fury, and Netroid is nowhere in sight on that Assassinate out of danger. He doesn't have beads, so if he does get picked up there, he is completely gone. But now Aurora's sort of wrapping around you. Are you looking for variety or Captain Twig? Doesn't matter.
Cyclone Spin wants to join the fight. Variety surrounded by 3 under the safety of his own Tier 1 tower is what he hopes, but there's now a 4th one there, and it's not even necessary. It's just SOT's damage alone to take out the solo laner. The Camelot Kings lose their Tier 1. The Camelot Kings, though, will try and answer back with a Tier 1 of their own. But
the Blink, you have no way of getting away from Ragnarok. If you're getting chased down there, it's going to be some trouble. Genetics, I don't think this is even a good idea. He's going to be able to return so much more damage than your teammates can do right now. I understand the CC, and Layers finds a solo kill on a Variety.
That's not a good look for the Kings now with their soul laner down yet again and 3 grouped up. Make that 4 with Paul rotating over to the Tier 1. Genetics going to be mezzed away by Aurora. Cyclone dives in the backline. Netroid tries to silence him out. Aegis is down, and so is he. SOT on a killing spree with the Yule.
SOT is going absolutely nuts right now. That left Tier 1 tower is gone. He's jumping in consistently. Maybe Captain Twig tries to find a solo kill. Layers, he's down to take this fight too. He doesn't care.
He's down 2 levels. Layers pops the beads, and that's a solo 1v1 kill for Layers to find another one up for the Tartarus Titans. Big man team's on the way, but there's not much that this new walk can do. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Layers could turn this one back around.
Layers is gonna jump in here. He does not care. He fought Variety.
Again.
Took him down.
And instead of going over here towards the left side, seems the Tartarus Titans are going to make a full rotation towards mid. Variety gets rooted out. The Aegis and the beads are both gone, and so is Variety. Layers picks up the first kill of the fight.
And it looks like they are going to be looking for this mid Phoenix here. Thousands of dollars are on the line, and it's going to be a 5v4. You don't have your solo laner anymore, but you have a lot of damage coming from Netroid. The Trebuchet is the only one who's hitting this Phoenix right now.
The Trebuchet is batting away slowly but surely at the Bird's health bar. Cyclone Spin rotated left and is split pushing all his own with the help of some minions. Meanwhile, 3 of the Titans are starting to take some hefty damage in the mid lane. Cyclone Spin not able to take the Bird. Aurora goes in the back, gets the beads from Big Man Tings, and it's a reinitiation now by Genetics. Circle Protection is dropped down, and Paul will be able to get a big heal for his team off.
But all of these Phoenixes are still standing tall. None of them are looking that healthy. Cyclone Spin's going to find some decent damage in left, but Captain Twig has the body blocks. That's going to be enough. Genetics ults in. None of these birds are down.
The stun is good, but not good enough. Paul picks up Captain Twig off the full rotation from the Tartarus Titans. The left side Phoenix will go down. The Tartarus Titans will back away.
This Fire Giant one more time. SOT hasn't done any damage to this Fire Giant, I mean to this Phoenix. He's just looking for picks on a Captain Twig.
This is the axe toss. Captain Twig trying to get away from Layers. He gets picked up and not quite put down. Captain Twig does have the ult to find a way out. Layers dies to the fire shards though, and that's a turnaround that the Camelot Kings need to keep themselves in.
That is absolutely massive. The Tartarus Titans have to back off here. That left side Phoenix was the only thing they got.
Reset itself, and now the Tartarus Titans have backed away yet again. Titan being leashed around. This time the reset will not give it any more HP. It is slowly going down, but the Titans have got to do more.
Circle of Protection is almost up. Once Paul gets that ultimate, they can go for it, but 10 seconds.
Layers is gone in. He's got Genetics. SOT finds the first kill of the fight. Circle of Protection down, and so is the Titan. The Tartarus Titans in 4 have won the set. They'll send the Kings packing with a 3-1 win.
The Tartarus Titans going through this whole tournament looking absolutely flawless. Take one stumble in this best of 5.